Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're here on a Tuesday evening carrying on with the Super GT Season 3. We're at round 6, Spa-Francorchamps. So these Group 2 cars are going to have themselves an absolute blast around this circuit. This is built for them, isn't it? So, what is the Super GT? Oh gosh, hang on. I haven't read that out to you for a while, actually. Let's have a look. See how it's written. The VRC Super GT Championship is inspired by Japan's Super GT Championship and will use the 2016 Super GT cars available on GT Sport. The championship will consist of a 10-week championship at 10 different circuits. Each round will begin with a 3-lap qualifying race to determine the grid for race 1. The first qualifying will be laid out in your numerical VRC number, race number, but race 1, oh yeah, well that's just for the first round, and then it's reverse of the championship order. Race 1 will be a 40-minute endurance race in which all drivers must use both super soft and medium tyre compounds. Race 2 will also be a 40-minute endurance race, but with a reverse grid based on the race 1 results, using both soft and hard tyre compounds. Yeah, the qualifying, it's a 3-lap race. I think they all do it on the super softs, and it's a sprint. It's a sprint for the qualifying, 3 laps. It's going to be like a proper race because it's like nearly 2 minutes a lap in it. Anyway, a 2:06 for Sharon. The fastest is a 2:05 by Anton Poika. So how long away are we? We're all right, actually. We've got about 2 minutes. Oh, and there's chat. Hang on. I'm all of a sunder. I'm all of a t'other. I thought I was ready and prepared, but obviously not. I'll tell you why. Because someone did the racing brief wrong and said it was round 5. It was round 6. Insinuate saying hi thingy, hi all. Bandit in the chat saying good evening, racing in my backyard with a cold beer. Fantastic. Good stuff, Bandit. Yeah, we're at Bandit's home. Well, they're his neighbours. It's back door yard, I suppose. And Skyjack saying good evening, sir. Not racing tonight, having a last night of holidays with Mrs. Sky. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know what you mean. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Yeah, yeah. Gonna use the leather straps, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say no more, Mr. Skyjacker. We're all grown-ups here, we all know what that means, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say no more. Gonna use the whips and the tassels, say no more. So Skyjacker's busy tonight. We're all up together with the rules. I think I've covered the rules. I better do the table. So, the championship table after round 5 is Homesick Alien at the top with 123 points. Anton Poika is second on 116 points, and I believe he missed a round. Oh, he got booted out of one, that was it. He got booted out of a race. His internet kicked him out. So Anton Poika is second on 116 points though. And Homesick Alien in first on 123. Sharon third on 114 points. Haza is fourth on 109 points. Guesty fifth on 97 points. Cthulhu is sixth on 97 points. Racer Brown seventh on 86 points. Jim eighth on 77 points. Groot ninth on 66 points. Skyjacker 10th on 59 points. Bandit is 11th on 58 points. Ensign Ewart 12th on 57 points. Digital Blasphemy 13th on 9 points. Web Smurfer 14th on 8 points. 15th on 0 points. So yeah, he's doing well. We've got a newbie. It's a newbie from an oldie, but it's a newbie for the stream. Fred Dude is our Belgium racer this evening. He's got Akapact on his vehicle, so maybe he's representing the AXR team. But yeah, he's just popped in. Oh, we started. Oh dear. That's quick. I don't even remember any readies. I missed all the readies. He's probably listening to me in the background. So we're going in for the qualifying. No fiddling, no messing. I didn't even... It's reverse of the championship. I read you the championship. There you go. Ensign Newitt's on pole. Fred the Dude. Fred Dude is in 11th. Fred Dude has raced in the VRC long time ago. He probably can't even remember, in a series called STCC, I think. Super Touring Car Championship. And yeah, he's very fast. One to watch. Very fast. So Ensign Newitt leading them away in his Lexus Group 2 car. And it's going to be a very edgy fight today. Group 3rd on the grid. He's very fast himself. So there he goes, Ensign Newitt rabbits as fast as he can, and Bandit jets after him with Groot in tow. Then we have Jim with Catula not too far behind, Guesty in 6th, Haza 7th, Shiren in 8th. Then we have Anton Poika 9th, Homesick Alien 10th, Fred Dude in 11th as they make their way through Le Saux, heading up to the original Eau Rouge. And Radion. Ensign Newitt fighting with that Lexus to stay within the lines, and Bandit has chased off with him. They've kind of built up a bit of a gap to Groot, which is interesting. Jim as well on 4th as Catula and Guesty battle it out. Guesty looking to get a move on Catula possibly as they come along. Kemmel straight getting a toe on each other, and Ensign Newitt still leads from Bandit. Oh, what are we doing with these camera views? There we go. Bandit in 2nd, Groot 3rd, Jim. 3 laps is a long time around here, but Jim holding 4th ahead of Catula and Guesty that are battling hard for that position. Then we have Haza 7th. He's a little bit on his own. Shiren's dropped back to Anton Poika, who's sitting in 9th. Homesick Alien looks like he's going to have to defend from Fred Dude very soon, because Fred Dude looks like he is bringing it to the Alien. 2 very fast guys are right at the back there. Can they make any places up? Well, you do usually find Bandit's had a mission. Bandit looked like he was on a different mission there, and this is going to cost him time. Possibly not, though. He's still holding ground. He's lost a bit to Groot, but not a massive amount. So great car control from Bandit, because it looked like it was gone. Ensign Newitt still holding that pole position so far on those super softs, as they make their way around Blanchemont and heading up to the bus stop shelter, bus stop chicane. And Ensign Newitt makes his way through, cuts that speed right down to 1st gear. Lots of wheel spin coming out of that corner, but he grabs hold of her and he sends her on her way. He's a 2nd ahead of Bandit at the moment. Groot closing in, 1.4 seconds behind them. Jim holding on to that 4th nicely with Guesty. Now Catula's dropped back into Haza territory. Haza in the Honda. Haza and Anton Poika, the only Honda drivers out there. Shiren's lost the back end, but he gathers her up, but loses the position to Anton Poika. And my word, we're having a race here. And Shiren, he'll be wanting to get that back through Eau Rouge on board. Ooh, not on board, but on the bonnet. He's getting a good tow all the way up here. It looks like he gave Anton Poika a little nudge, didn't it, coming out of that? So cost himself the tow, but he's getting the tow now. Out on the outside, late on the brakes, up alongside, but Anton Poika has the corner covered off. And Shiren sits in 8th place after his small mistake. Fred Dude up to 9th already. He's got past Homesick Alien. Jim's dropped down. Jim's out. Jim's got a bit of damage there. Jim's had a moment. And Bandit's now taken the lead from Ensign Newitt. So Bandit now leads the pole race, the qualifying race, and he's sitting on pole with Ensign Newitt in 2nd, but Groot is right there in 3rd, and Groot will be wanting to take that position from him. We're on the 2nd lap, so we've got another lap after this one, and it's all go, go, go. Guesty in 4th, ahead of Haza. Anton Poika is 6th. So far, Shiren 7th, Fred 8th. We've lost someone else, Catula's dropped down. Catula has dropped down. Not too far for Jim to have a go at, though. Unfortunately for Jim, and Catula 1.7 seconds behind the Alien. And Fred Dude on his way to chasing down Shiren. Bandit, meanwhile, leading the way, where Ensign Newitt is going to have to tackle Groot. Groot is right upon him, and he bringeth the noise. Ooh, having a look up the inside, but it's just not there. And Ensign Newitt manages to survive that one as Bandit slows out of the corner, and Ensign Newitt closes right back up, and we've got a battle here going into the final lap. The top three in qualifying all over each other. This is fantastic. They get through. La Source all safe and sound. We've got Guesty with Haza all up in his business, and Anton Poika is taking a deck chair and he's having a view of it. He's loving it. And Haza having a look side by side through a Rouge. It cannot be done. He's going for it side by side through Orugio, and Haza comes out on top. Guesty slips in behind for a slipstream. Can he make something of this? Haza's trying to stay right to the right hand side to protect the corner. Guesty's going for the outside line. Haza's trying to close the gap down, and no, Guesty backs out of it. Haza stays up in fourth, 2x2 through Orugio Radion. Would you have thunk it? Bandit meanwhile is keeping his lead from Ensign Newitt, and Groot cannot make any ground up on the guys ahead of him. Then we've got Haza up in fourth. Anton Poika trying to get his way past Guesty. Guesty standing strong, but now Haza, no, Guesty's managed to stay there. Unbelievable driving from Guesty, Anton Poika and Haza. It's all go in the middle of the field as Anton Poika has another nibble at Guesty. Meanwhile, Bandit is making his way through Bruxelles, is it? No, we're nowhere near that. It's Campus and Stavelot. Sorry. So Bandit's still leading from Ensign Newitt. Groot in third. It's no one's game. Oh, Groot's having a little nibble. Groot's having a look at second place on the grid. And Ensign Newitt could drop a bit of time there with his defending, giving Bandit the runaway. And Haza fourth, chasing them down with Guesty still holding fifth. Fred Dude has come from nowhere. He's up to sixth. He's ahead of Anton Poika. Homesick Alien also following him through. Shiren down to ninth, but it's side by side for Homesick Alien and Shiren. Oh my word. Homesick Alien hanging around the outside, runs out of track. Shiren though backs off, and Homesick Alien keeps that position as they cross the line. Bandit ahead of Groot. Groot's just about got Ensign. Ensign got that position back. Groot in third. Haza gets fourth on the grid. Guesty fifth on the grid. Fred Dude sixth on the grid. Anton Poika seventh on the grid. Homesick Alien eighth on the grid. Ninth for Shiren. 10th Katula. Jim comes home in 11th. And my word, we've got 40 minutes of that. Can you believe 2 lots of 40 minutes of that? Can you believe it? I don't know. There he goes. There's Bandit celebrating his pole position in the VRC. I put my glasses away, and I do not know why, because people are still writing in chat. Oh, wow, that was manic. So, Binko says, evening thingy, hope you're well. Got you in background as we're cleaning cages before a big championship this weekend. Good luck to the ferrets, my friend. And Bandit, hopper, woohoo, well done, Bandit. Ensign Newitt saying, new heart, please. Man, that's only 3 laps. Wait until you do God knows how many in 40 minutes. But that was whopping, absolutely whopping. And a big shout out to Racer Brown. Couldn't make it this evening. He started a new job. It's daunting enough doing a new job. And I don't know if he's out for the whole championship, if this new job's like put him totally out of it, or if it's just this race because it's the first week and he wants to find his feet. Who knows? But massive. I hope it went well, Racer Brown. Hope it all was good. And it's always rubbish at the beginning anyway. New jobs, it takes at least 3 months before you know if it's for you. So, you know, there's many a new contract I've started and come home after day one and just sat there thinking, what have I done? But, you know, they always turn out all right. So just hang in there, brother. I can never remember what goes on. I think everyone but they're all still on super softs. I don't think the lobby settings have been changed. But it's all right because people are quite chatty in the stream, so that's great. Bandit says, was shaking my foot the whole time, lols. I was on my edge of my seat, Bandit. And Pat saying, wow, guys, that was some racing, wasn't it, Pat, eh? Up and down. I didn't know where to look. It was shocking. It was great. This is going to be an interesting one. Is that your first pole, Bandit? I've known you, well, reverse grids, I suppose you've started on poles, but is that the first pole? Well done, Bandit. Whoosh. My heart's still beating, man. Oh, I never went to show you the results, that's why. Oh, it's too late now. It's gone, I think. There you go. Sorry, I forgot. So, oh, we didn't get to see Bandit's little man. I'm so sorry, Bandit. I was slow. I forgot what I do at the beginning. I said to you, I forget what the whole thing is. So, Bandit, pole, Ensign Hewitt second, Groot third, Haza fourth, Guesty fifth, Fred Dude sixth, Anton Poiker seventh, Homesick Alien eighth, Shiren ninth, Cthulhu 10th, and Jim in 11th. Homesick Alien got the fastest lap in that one, if that's indication for the race ahead. And yes, sorry, I feel bad. Bandit's first one, and he didn't get to see his little man spinning around. You got to see yourself celebrating at the end of one. That's always good. So Shiren is out there. This is where we see an indication of what they may do with their tyres. Shiren, where did he qualify? I can't remember now. But he's going to go for a set of mediums. He's going to obviously try and go late, go long. Here at Spa, I mean, I'm never a good judge of these. Super softs. Is Spa a tyre killer? There is some different changes of direction and some very tight corners. So you would think it was a tyre chewer. But yeah, it's a tough one. So you can see most people have opted for the medium set over the super soft set. They've got to use both sets, and they've got to use them for a minimum of 5 laps. And if they've got to use them for, it's not like just a minimum of 5 laps in the race. It's if they've put that set of tyres on, they've got to use them for a minimum of 5 laps. It blows me away. That's how good I am with the rules. I didn't realise that until recently. So, yeah. But Shiren is out there. He's testing a set of mediums. Groot's out there. He's giving a set of mediums a go. Cthulhu on a set of mediums. He's coming from the back, remember? He's out of position, I'd say, but they're all very fast here. So it's really hard to judge who's out of position because they're all over the place. Haza starting 4th, I think. He's going to be on the medium tyres. He'll be chasing after Groot. I think he's got Guesty behind him. He looks like he's going for a set of mediums. Anton Poiker, I believe, is going to be... Oh, he's not entered yet. No, he's not entered yet. I do get nervous about his internet. But Anton Poiker, still deciding. He usually goes opposite to what Haza does. They usually split the shift. Homesick Alien asking if we're ready. There's no Skyjacker here to ruin this. This is going to be delicious. Check it out. Oh, did I not? I deleted that. I'm doing really badly. Oh, Cthulhu. What was that? Oh, Skyjacker's going to be so smug. That's such a shame. It's such a shame. That's disappointing me now. Jim, we could have had something glorious happen there. We could have had a moment. But no, you have to go and ruin it. So, in the chat, Ensign Hewitt saying congrats Bandit, and Pat saying middle sector can be hard on tyres if you slide too much. You've got to slide. Is it a race if you're not sliding? So Haza, I think, is he going to practice starting? Oh, what is that? Oh well, we didn't get the best of that, I'm afraid. Sorry. Haza, do you want to do it again? So the time is going anyway, so we are going to go to race. Bandit on pole. What tyres has he chosen? Super softs. He's going for a quick getaway. Group's on the mediums, and he's got Ensign Hewitt as well. What's Ensign Hewitt on quick? Super softs. Oh, Ensign Hewitt and Bandit are up for this one. Ladies and gents, we're going to see 2 very fast guys going neck and neck in the same machinery, both Lex highs. So Bandit on pole, Ensign Hewitt second, Groot third, Haza 4th, Guesty 5th, Fred Dude 6th, Anton Poiker 7th, Homesick Alien in 8th, Cthulhu 9th, Jim 10th, I can't remember, there was someone, Shiren 9th, I think, Cthulhu 10th, Jim, whatever. It's race time. And it's all reds, and now we're go. 40 minutes of racing here at Spa Francorchamps, and Ensign Hewitt jumping straight in for that toe, and Haase getting a great start. We saw those Hondas, they are very rapid off the line, and Bandit at the moment, he comes out triumphant from his pole, holding that first place around Le Saux, and then we've got Ensign Hewitt chasing him through Eau Rouge. They pulled a bit of a gap on the Honda of Haase, with Brute right in there in the mix. Guesty fifth as well. It's very tight here as they're under braking. Bandit has given Ensign Hewitt a great tow along Kemmel Straight, and Ensign Hewitt's got to be late on the brakes. Bandit on the inside. Are there going to be tears? They're a little wide, but they kept it together so far. Oh no, Bandit and Ensign are snagged up with each other. Ensign's lifted, he's got a slide on. Haase's taken the lead through all of the turmoil. Haase's taken the lead. Bruce through second. Bandit's managed to keep hold of third. Guesty is in fourth. Ensign Hewitt slipping down into fifth place. They just snagged up along each other. I don't think there was any malice or any kind of, trying to take each other out of that one. I think they just got caught. The understeer or the slide that Pat's mentioned caught them out, and they just snagged up. It's such a shame. Cotula then in sixth. Cotula's had an absolute massive start. Up into sixth. Fred Dude dropping down in seventh. Anton Poiker in eighth. Homesick Alien lost out at the start, and he's down in ninth, with Shiren in 10th, and Jim, who started in 11th. He's dropped behind the guys already. Haase and Groot at it with Bandit along. Bandit's on the super softs, remember. Haase is on the medium, so is Groot. So Bandit should have a slight advantage on the guys ahead as soon as he gets some tow. And they're going through Blanchimont. Blanchimont now. More. And no, Bandit too far back. No, he's close enough to get a tow, but he doesn't seem to be gaining anything between Haase and Groot. Haase and Groot breaking into the bus stop, and Haase stays his nose ahead of Groot as Groot squirrels out of the chicane, and Bandit's tucked right in there as well for a great view. Groot's going to go for an attack on the Honda in Le Saux around the outside, and Haase just sticks to the apex, and he maintains position. And Guesty, wiggling all over the place, but he's very lucky because Ensign Hewitt now is right on him. Maybe not so lucky because Ensign Hewitt has got the momentum on Guesty. Bandit there third, wiggling his way through Radion, and Groot's pulled out of the tow to try and take the lead of this race. Haase's keeping that inside line. No, Haase's tucked in. Bandit's pulled out. He's going for an inside on Haase. Haase's trying to close the door, but it's too late, and Bandit's got through, but Haase's there on the outside, and Haase maintains the corner from Bandit, but Bandit put up an absolute cracking fight, and Bandit losing a bit of traction coming out that corner, letting Guesty get a run on him now, and Guesty is up into third place. And Bandit, don't lose heart, my friend, and your man there, Ensign Hewitt, is there to try and grab a position as well, so watch your back. Groot leads from Haase, and there's nearly a second already between the two of them. Guesty up into third, but he's got Bandit on those super softs, literally climbing all over his boot. And then we've got Ensign Hewitt also on the super softs, wanting to get through the traffic, and then Anton Poiker up to sixth, ahead of Fred Dude and Cotula. They both have just grabbed Cotula's position, and so Anton Poiker sixth, Fred Dude in seventh, Cotula is in eighth, Homesick Alien ninth, Shiren in 10th, and that's a bunch of names there, all in a bunch. Oh my word, what an absolute force de triomphe. And then add Shiren and Homesick on the end of that. I don't know what 5 would be. Groot then leading, but not by much, 0.3 of a second, and it's a 40-minute race, but these guys, they're treating it like a sprint. They're absolutely on it every lap. It's crazy. With Guesty there in third. Guesty, he's really struggling to get the traction down on that Lexus, and we've got a big bunch here as Ensign Hewitt and Bandit drop back to the Anton Poiker, Fred Dude, Cotula, Homesick and Shiren battle, and now we've got pretty much the whole field all battling behind Bandit. Bandit trying to cling on, and there's Ensign Hewitt again struggling with traction down the straight after Le Saux, heading up to Eau Rouge. and he leaves himself an easy target, but Fred Dude sitting back from that one at the moment as Anton Poika attacking Bandit. He's going to get a toe. The Honda is going to be hot on the Lexus's heels, and behind him he's got Guesty as well. No, Ensign Hewitt, sorry. Ensign Hewitt getting a toe, and here comes Anton Poika. He's got the inside line on Bandit. Bandit trying to break late on those super softs, but Anton Poika gets his way through, and he's 2.2 seconds behind Guesty, who's up there in third place, just in touching distance. Bandit in fifth, Ensign Hewitt in sixth, Fred Dude there in the Nissan in seventh, just ahead of Gatula in eighth, Sharen in ninth, and Jim is 10th. Home Sigalian is off the pace. He's 8 seconds behind Jim, and I don't know what happened to Home Sigalian, but it doesn't look like it's good. He didn't have a pit stop or anything. Groot leads 5/10 from Haza, who's chasing him down with all his might, but Groot just a little bit faster in the Nissan here at Spa for round 6 of the Super GT. And I cannot believe, Racer Brown, I know he's busy with other things, but missing this race must be a kick. Guesty in third, Anton Poika fourth, with Ensign Hewitt now. Bandit slipped down into 7th place behind Fred Dude, but Ensign Hewitt holding his own there in 5th, but those tyres, slowly going away from him. And Fred Dude knows that. He's coming in for the kill. But Bandit's going for a move up the inside of Fred Dude. We're running out of room for cars. And Ensign Hewitt looked like he got a tap from Fred Dude, and it's all clogged up here. Oh my word. And this helps only Home Sigalian. He can close that gap down while they're all parked along the straight. Groot, meanwhile, leading the way from Haza, who's under attack from Guesty. Haza showing the frailties of that Honda, I think, down these long straights, I think. That the Honda just doesn't seem to have the top end that the Lexus and the Nissan do. And Guesty going in for the kill early doors in the on the straight, and Haza dipping in to grab a toe. Meanwhile, Anton Poika, his teammate, shall we say? Why not? I don't think it's a team race championship, but those cars do look like they're team cars, so we'll go teammate. Anton Poika only just behind in 4th place. There is Fred Dude coming through the group in 5th. Sharen's made it through 6th, with Ensign Hewitt slipping down into 7th. Bandit in 8th. Katula is in 9th. Jim is back in the action again in 10th place. And Home Sigalian struggling with those medium tyres, but he'll be back. And Groot, meanwhile, is leading by a second. Guesty up ahead of Haza, and Haza, the Honda not working here at Spa like it would be, or maybe he's being canny, maybe he's saving. We've seen Groot struggle with fuel in these race ones, so maybe burning too much fuel there, trying to get away from the crowd. Guesty in 2nd, Haza in 3rd, Anton Poika not really seeing much difference. Well, Anton Poika's saved a lot of fuel next to Haza. Next to Guesty, well, no, they're all about the same. Fred Dude, hey, he flashed me. In 5th place, doing a cracking job, 3.2 seconds behind the Flying Finns. The Belgian cookie, strong as I remember him from all those years ago. Fred Dude fighting fit, just ahead of the Russian sensation, who's chasing him down only a second, could get into the toe. Sharen could still cause some damage to Fred Dude, who's just ahead. Ensign Hewitt in 7th place, fighting with Cthulhu, and I think his tyres may be slipping out of his control now. We're 5 laps in, so that is the window for the tyres. We're only 9 minutes of racing of the 40 minutes. It would be early for a stop, but if you're losing handfuls of time, then it's got to be worth it. I think the pits are quite friendly here. I'm not sure. They kick you out after the saw, don't they? So I think pit stops are not too much of a pain. Sorry, Pat back in the chat stream. Cthulhu hanging it around the outside there. Bandit's going for a move up the inside of Ensign. It's almost 3 wide. Bandit and Ensign having another coming together. Them two are sharing paint today. but Bandit is ahead of Ensign, and Jim's right on the tail of Ensign Hewitt. Homesick Aliens pulled him in by 2 seconds, and Pat saying, not as much fun without a little cha-cha slide. Yeah, there you go. Go on, Pat, give it some cha-cha-cha. But Jim is on the rear wing of Ensign Hewitt. And it's all go here in this race. It's where to watch the fight. Possibly. Homesick Alien clambering back to the back of the pack. And Jimmy doesn't want it. If Ensign Hewitt's tyres really have shot themselves in the foot, and he does look like he's struggling all over the curbs in that Lexus, if they're gone, then Jim does not want to be stuck. Jim's been doing a 2:08.7 his last time around. Ensign Hewitt a 2:09.8. Yeah, Jim really does want to make short work of Ensign. The Sky Lexus wants to get by. I've never seen a title on it. HK something? All around the outside, but Ensign Hewitt sliding around, and he's going for the pits. He's taking the pits. Those tyres have done. So Groot leads this race 2 seconds ahead. Oh my word, what have I missed? Here's Guesty and here's Anton Poika. It's a battle for second place. Haza just ahead of Guesty. Guesty trying to get a toe through Rouge. And then rally on. And it's a delicious, delicious thing to see. And he's going for a move up along Kemmel Straight around the outside, but Haza protecting that inside line. And it's delicious racing here at Spa, and Anton Poika just sitting in behind, and Guesty is now up to second, but he's overcooked it. He's overcooked it. Is he going to put him back? Oh, that's not bad, is it? That's not. Sometimes they put you back on track and really ruin it for you. But Fred Dude, after getting the fastest lap of the race, is right up upon Guesty, who was in virtually second place, and Fred giving Guesty a little nudge there. And I don't think Guesty will appreciate that. The man was on a recovery, and Fred Dude getting ahead. Groot then leading the way from Haza, who thought he'd lost that second place for good, but Guesty, oh, what a shame for him. He's got the speed, though. He can come back in this. Anton Poika then up into third spot, with Fred Dude now in fourth, Guesty in fifth. Is it tyres? Is it the tyres? We saw that the super softs were gone. Are the mediums going? We've seen the mediums have these moments, though. They have a couple of laps where they're a bit dodgy, and they come back to them again. So, but these cars are very powerful, and they could tear tyres apart to sunder. So Shiren, 6th spot, that's not bad. Katula up to 7th, we saw him near the back, and he's made his way up to 7th. Bandit in 8th. He's sticking with those super softs, but we see he does like to try and do a one stop and just go as late as possible. Jim in 9th. Ensign Hewitt's dropped out. He must have pitted. He did, didn't he? We saw him going in. I apologise. So he is back out on a set of mediums, and I'm guessing he's probably going to be in again for another set of super softs before the end of the race. I'm not sure, but he may have to. So Groot is staying out there. His medium's looking okay. He's got half a tank of fuel. We have raced for 13 minutes, and that equals 7 laps, or just beginning of 7 laps here at Belgium, with the 2 Flying Finns, 2nd and 3rd, Haza and Anton Poika, holding ground between each other in those Hondas. And they've got Fred Dude coming very fast, who we've seen he takes no messing. He muscled his way past Guesty, and now Guesty looks like he's being caught by Shiren, but Shiren, similar problem. Oh, he's really got some power sliding going on there. The Russian sensation drifting his Nissan around as Guesty gets away, and he wants to catch back up with Fred Dude, who's all over the Flying Finn of Anton Poika. And like I said, I've seen Fred Dude in action, and he is a very, very fast driver indeed. But Anton Poika, equally as fast, and this is just going to be down. Fred's looked after his tyres nicely in that car, whereas Anton Poika's are a little dirtier than his. Guesty in 5th, only a second behind that battle. This could all be about strategy. It might be about getting the undercut, getting in first and getting onto the super softs. going around faster than everyone else and getting out ahead of them. It really could be. It could be down to that. And in that respect, Bandit, not Bandit, Insinua has got an upper hand because he's already pitted. He's out there. We'll see what sort of pit stops he's doing as Fred Dude goes around the outside, but Anton Poiker has it all sorted as he tries to floor it out of the chicane, and Fred Dude sitting right under his spoiler for Lesaur, and Anton Poiker having to defend for Lesaur as well, and this is costing him because Haase getting away as he has to defend from a Fred Dude who is giving him some action at the moment, and that is going to bring Guesty back into this one. Group meanwhile 1.4 seconds ahead of Haase. Haase doing a 207.2 last time around. That's his fastest lap of the race. Groot a 208.0. Are we seeing there is a little more wear on Groot, but not much. Then we've got Anton Poiker and Fred Dude in the midst of an absolute humdinger of a battle. It's hard to pull away from, but I would like to see what the rest of the field are doing. So if you two could just take a breather for a second or two and let me have a look through the fields. And there we see Fred. He's late on the brakes. We see him. He likes to let you know he's there with a knock on the door from behind. Fred just harassing Anton Poiker around here, but it looks like the Honda can get away a little bit in this sector. But then Fred Dude, who's already there. Oh, again, the Honda getting through the twistier corners a little better than the Nissan. But as soon as they're out of the corners, the Nissan just picks up. Guesty in that Lexus. Got a ringside view. I tell you what, we should sit on board with Fred, shouldn't we? For a little bit. He's getting a good stream off Anton Poiker. Anton Poiker keeping it to the inside. Fred leaving it late to pull out. And no, Fred's had to really get on the brakes there, and Anton Poiker keeps the place, and Fred trying all he can against the Finn. Group meanwhile 1.3 seconds ahead of Haase, and they've pulled out 4 seconds between this battle, and now Guesty gets a run on Fred up the inside of Lesaur, and does he get, oh no, Guesty on the accelerator, the traction just goes away from him, and Sharen is up into 5th place, and Guesty has to keep on going, but Cthulhu now up into 6th, Bandit in 7th, and there is Guesty getting away just ahead of Jim in 9th, and poor Guesty hasn't done anything wrong in this race, except for race. Homesick Alien feeling the pain over something from earlier in the race. Insinua right at the back, but he pitted, and now he's picking up some good lap times. Not as fast as the leader. 207.8 for the leader, and he did a 210 that time around, but 208.9 when he first put the tyres on. Haase keeping Group company all the way. Fred Dude is past. Fred Dude is past. I apologise. I'll try. We don't always get them. No, it's already done. I apologise. We watched them for ages, though. Come on, I'll give him every chance. Just what he was shy and waited. But Fred Dude is through, and Anton Poiker now in 4th. Sharen in 5th with Cthulhu in 6th place. Bandit is in 7th on a set of racing super softs that are screaming mercy, mercy, mercy. So Guesty dropping down to 8th, not what he wanted, but he's still in the fight here, and with his pace I'm pretty sure could still get near the podium, maybe on Jim. Having a very fine race there in 9th. Homesick Alien trying to catch the field, but he gained 2 seconds on Jim rather quickly, but this last 2 seconds that he's gained has taken a little more time as Jim gets up to pace. He was stuck behind Ensign, wasn't he? And he needed to get by Ensign. But since he's got by Ensign, he's done some great times. Has he pitted? Oh no, that's Ensign. Sorry, I thought I was looking at Jim. Yeah, 209's doing some great lap times, keeping the Alien at bay. Bunch of people popped into the pits here. Shiren, Guesty, looks like Homesick Alien also going in. So 3 stops there, shaking it up. Now we were talking about the undercut. This is serious, man. They're going to put the super softs on. They're going to go out there. They're going to do some absolutely striking lap times. And these guys out there doing a whole lap on the medium tyre. Standing time is the same. They lose that no matter what. But it's time on track. Fred Dude getting purples, or still with his tyres looking shady. It's like Fred Dude's going late into the race with the mediums. Anton Poiker keeping with him though, only a second behind. Katula up into 5th, and he's looking after his tyres very nicely. Bandit's tyres looking woeful, but we know he's gone over halfway, so he's more than okay to pit now. Jim sticking with the Bandit, 1.8 seconds behind. Shiren come out behind, 28 seconds on those super softs. Now, we've seen that they can last half a race because we've seen Bandit do it. But Shiren onto those super softs, Ensign Ewart in amongst all of those. Look at that, ahead of Guesty and Homesick Alien. But unfortunately, Homesick Alien and Guesty are on the super softs, Ensign Ewart on the mediums. Could be a lamb to the slaughter there. Groot staying out there, 1.2 seconds ahead of Haza. Fred Dude only 2.5 seconds behind Haza, and he's just gained a half a second on Anton Poiker. And Fred Dude, he really is a machine from Belgium. And Bazza, better watch out, Bazza. Someone's after your top Belgium. And Haza's gone into the pits, so Haza's dropped into the pits. His tyres were over, and they weren't awful, but Groot stayed out. 3.5 second lead on Fred Dude, which I suppose we'll say his teammate. They're similar cars. No, they're not the same cars. It's not Fuji, is it? Yeah, they are. They're the same car, so same design. So we've got a couple of teammates in it. Fred Dude then, 3.5 seconds behind Groot. Anton Poiker stayed out as well on those mediums. Bandit is up into 4th, killing his tyres softly with his song. And Jim is in 5th place, keeping track of Bandit. Shiren coming out okay, hasn't he? No, Haza has come out ahead of him. Haza did come out ahead of Shiren. But it's going to be tight because Haza was only a second. I'm telling you, Fred Dude and Anton Poiker might be behind Shiren after the pit stops, but their tyres will be fresher. But Haza, 3.7 seconds ahead of Shiren, who's 8.9 seconds ahead of Ensign Ewart, and the super soft boys have caught up the medium runner of Ensign Ewart, and all he can do is cling on and sing and hope for the best as Guesty wanted to get a move. Him and Katula side by side. Katula backed out of that one as Guesty tries to commit up the inside. Doesn't get it. Gets a wiggle on. He's got Katula behind him. And Guesty having to fight with the Lexus. You can see it's an ever-going project of Guesty's of battling with that Lexus. And she is lively. And Katula sitting there right in the fun zone, wanting to get some action as Ensign Ewart holds up his own against these two very fast people behind him, and Homesick Alien's coming to join that party as well. Groot's still out there. No, he's not. He's come in. And Fred Dude doing so as well. Anton Poiker also coming in. So Bandit, are you coming in? I don't know if your fuel will go around again, will it? I think we're going to see Bandit then drop in, as with Jim as well. A very good lap to pit on. Lap 11. Very nice. And Haza 17 seconds behind all of those guys. Groot then up to his blocks, getting his wheels changed. Fred Dude just getting to his blocks. Anton Poiker just getting to his box. And Jim not quite at his box yet. Anyone else? It says Haza and Shiren are ahead, but they haven't got through that first corner yet. And yeah, look, this is the undercut working for you. Groot's coming out now. Can Groot beat Shiren around the corner? It looks like he has just, but Shiren's got momentum. and it's going to be a battle royale. Shiren getting the fastest lap of the race, a 2:05.080. He's ahead of Fred Dude, and the undercut working well for Shiren, but his tyres are going to be pretty raggedy come the end of this race. He doesn't want to abuse them too hard against Groot here. He wants to look after him. Groot on an absolute smack bang fresh pack of super softs. Haase stealing the lead with the undercut, but again he's going to be like Shiren with some raggedy tyres come the end of the race, and that's going to be in 15 minutes. Stay tuned. Groot then sticks to second place ahead of Shiren, and my word, Shiren, well done, that was fantastic. The Russian sensation having a drive. Then Fred Dude is in fourth with Anton Poika down in fifth. I imagine he's scratching his head thinking, hey up, how did that happen? Guesty in fifth, so he's got his way through again. Great stuff from Guesty. Cthulhu in seventh, Homesick Alien in eighth. Bandits come out in ninth on those medium tyres, just ahead of Jim, who's on the super soft tyres, and that is a battle. And Ensenua is in 11th place, but his medium tyres starting to get old as Haase leads this race 4.2 seconds. Would you Adam or Eve that? With Groot in second place. This is diabolical racing. Look, and Shiren is nipping at his heels. He wants a piece of the Groot. He's getting a piece of the Groot. He's got the toe. He's looking on the inside. They look out of control, and they're giving it a little car banging doors. And Groot still just ahead of Shiren, and Shiren just wasn't quite getting enough of the car up alongside Groot there, and Groot maintains second, and Shiren in third. Shuffling's happening, I don't know why. Nothing's happened now, it's just being weird. So Haase, 5-second lead on Groot. Groot is 7/10 ahead of Shiren, who's very fast. Fred Dude 1 second in fourth behind Shiren. Anton Poika 1.7 seconds behind Fred Dude, and any of the top five could win it. Guesty's 8 seconds behind him, and I think that he's probably out of the fight for the win, but definitely, maybe, possibly, if things go miss up the top there, he could get himself a podium in this race. Cthulhu right on Guesty's heels, and Homesick Alien turned his race around. He was 8 seconds adrift of the pack at some point early on in this race, and now he's up into 8th place with Bandit trying to keep Jim behind, but Jim's on the super softs. Jim going for a move. Gotta be late here, and whoa, he did beautifully. He did absolutely deliciously, did Jim. What a cracking move done, and now Bandit has to cling on to the back of him with those medium tyres. He's gonna have a look up the inside, but Jim has got that one, and Jim's looking down the road at Homesick Alien, because still anything can happen, and I don't know if all the pit stops have been done in this race. Koikart saying no one will ever take Barry as our top Belgian, and Koi also saying great driving from Ensenua, and Koi also saying fantastic over Jim. Yes, he's got it all this race. It's all action packed. Haase then 5.6. He's pulling away from Groot. What does this mean? He's got less fuel. There's 12 minutes under to go. Haase is pulling away from Groot, a 2:04.9. He's getting out that Honda on the super softs. Groot, a 2:05.7. He cannot live with the Honda in the Nissans. Fred Dude has got himself ahead of Shiren. Shiren losing that spot, but his tyres are going off next to those around him. They're all on fresher sets of tyres. And there we see Anton Poika taking the fastest lap of the race, a 2:04.626, as he goes up against Shiren, trying to find a way past, but it's not there. Now he's going for it. He's pulled the trigger on that one, and the Honda, I didn't think had it down the straights, but Anton Poika throttled it out of that one and got it through and up ahead of Shiren. Shiren still must be pleased. 5th place in this race from nowhere is still something. Haase then 5.5 seconds ahead of Groot. What is going to happen here? Has Haase, with that undercut, got it sorted? What's his tyres? He's looked after his tyres well. It's not bad for his tyres. Groot, they're similar, and Groot pitted a lot later than Haase. Well, 2 laps later, I think. Fred Dude then got a 205.6 last time. Groot got a 205.7. Haase a 204.9. Anton Poika a 204.6. So the two Nissan AXR drivers are finding that their Nissans are not giving up as much pace on the super softs as the Hondas. The Hondas, now they've got the grip in the corners, they're really playing to their trumpet. And the Nissans seem not to have the pace. How this race turns around, there's Shiren. His tyre's going away. He's got 9 seconds on Guesty, but Guesty's tyre's just as old as Shiren's. And it's going to be a struggle to get them to the end, especially when you've got Katula on fresher tyres behind you, only by a second, and he's got Homesick Alien, a similar freshness behind him. Jim ahead of Bandit, and Bandit trying to stay ahead of Ensign Hewitt in 11th. And Haase, I think it's done. I think it's a done deal here, ladies and gentlemen. I think Haase played a blinder strategically. Still, there is that chance the tyres can go off, but a 204.8. Who has Anton Poika's got that fastest lap, honey? But the Hondas are doing amazing pace next to what the Nissans are pulling on the super softs. Fred Dude is catching on. No, Fred Dude has got a 204.6. I don't know if that was the help of the tow from Groot. He's pulled out into clean air. And a beautiful move on Groot there, just up the inside. Textbook work from Fred, the Belgium. My little Belgium cookie. He's up into second place now with Haase 6.4 seconds. The Nissans have really got to dig deep for those 204, mid 204s. Anton Poika sitting just behind him. I think he can smell the fear, can Anton Poika, and he's closing in. Shiren in 5th, and I think now Katula's lost gained the position. Guesty's lost the position. Those tyres slipping away from him, and they've got, whoa, Homesick Alien. We're going to catch that one because he's just picking up from it. So Homesick Alien, a little wide, and oh, that's just unfortunate. Whoa, get dizzy after that. But Homesick Alien, unfortunately, dropping it. Is that the corner with no name? Something like that, yeah. And Jim's through. Bandit will be through. And this one, Homesick Alien would rather forget. It's a track he really likes as well. So I imagine he's rather disappointed so far in race 1 with the small mistakes that's happened to him. Haase so far not dropping a single second to Fred Dude. Fred Dude does go fastest of all though, a 204.5 against Haase's 205.6. Is this the tyre drop-off that we're starting to see? Groot doing a 206.3, but he did get overtaken in that last lap. And Anton Poika a 205.2. He's within a second of Groot, but I don't think he's in the tow zone yet. I've heard it's about 0.8 of a second you need to be to get that tow from the guy ahead of you. And Groot getting a lovely tow from Fred. Fred will be towing the Groot around, making it even more difficult for Anton Poika to catch up the Nissans. Shiren, meanwhile, is 10 seconds on Katula. Katula in a fierce race, trying to break the toe on Guesty. He does not want to lose that position. Guesty's coming from a far way back, but gets the car slowed down in time. And Katula and Guesty look like they're having an absolute ball out there. Super stuff, I imagine. For the work they put in, I bet they think they'd rather be higher than 6th and 7th. Guesty's tyres are going away from him, aren't they? We've got 6 minutes of racing here. Oh, we know these cars are on a knife edge around at Spa, so just having old tyres on and throwing these Group 2 cars into the corners is jeopardy. Jim then flying high here at Spa, 8th. Ahead of Bandit, Homesick Alien, and Ensign Hewitt. Ensign Hewitt never... Oh, he's been back in to get some super softs on. I said he might do that. He might get fastest lap with low fuel and fresh tyres. Haase 6 seconds. He doesn't seem to be losing any ground so far. We've got 5.5 minutes left on the clock. What's that? 3 laps left then of this race. This 40-minute endurance race, and Haase, he's not dropping time on the Nissan. He did a 2:05.8 his last time around. Haase 2:05.8. They matched each other. Anton Poika from nowhere is up there and with Groot, and he's up into third. Groot losing that position. He'll be trying to get a tow though through Eau Rouge, and Anton Poika bringing him along, and Groot will be going for the attack along Kemmel Straight, I am sure. Groot sitting there having a very close look. He's pulled out. They're side by side, but Anton Poika's got the inside line, but Groot's held on into the inside there. They come out together as well, and surely this is Anton Poika's through the inside of that corner. And what beautiful battling between these two sportsmen. Fantastic stuff. Anton Poika and Groot battling it out there. Groot giving him a flash and pretty much saying, fair play. Oh, don't do that, because Homesgalen spun there. But Groot survives. Brilliant stuff. Meanwhile, Haase 5.5 seconds ahead of Fred Dude. Fred Dude trying with everything he's got to catch up with Haase. Anton Poika pulling away from Groot. I don't think that Nissan on an older set of tyres is much match for the Honda on those super softs. Shiren still staying in it. He's keeping way ahead of Katula, who's pulling away from Guesty at the moment. Katula doing a 2:07.7. Guesty doing a 2:07.7 also. Jim there, 4.8 seconds. Homesgalen managed to catch up Bandit and get ahead of him. Homesgalen on the older super softs though. And how far behind Ensign Ewart? 33 seconds. It's going to be a big ask for him to catch the Bandit up. Huge ask. Haase then crossing the line with 3 minutes 20 seconds on the clock. Definitely going to be the penultimate lap this one. Fred Dude chipped. He's not. I was going to say he's chipped a 10th off him, but he's not even done that. A 2:05.9 for Haase. A 2:05.5. So he has chipped some time off him overall. Anton Poika. Is this the danger for Fred Dude though? That's Fred Dude going to have to start switching to defense mode. Oh, this is beautiful, this race. Groot in 4th, 1.9 seconds, but he's definitely pulled away from Shiren. I don't think Shiren's got the tyres to take the fight to those ahead of him. Katula, he's gaining on Shiren now, but again, it's late in the race. They've only got a lap or two left, and is it really worth risking too much, or just take the points? Look at poor Guesty's front left tyre. It's absolutely it's obliterated. Jim, he's 8 seconds behind Guesty. I don't know. I don't think Guesty can lose that much time unless he has an off, which could happen with that sort of tyre ratio to red. And Jim on a lovely set of softs. So Jim should just crack on. You never know what could come up. And there is Homesgalen, 5.5 seconds behind Jim. Not his best race, his favourite track, but I imagine it's a race he'd like to forget. Bandit in 10th, started from pole, and Ensign Ewart in 11th spot. So Haase 5 seconds. So Fred Dude really is trying to push on. Anton Poika 2.7 seconds behind Fred, and I imagine Fred's pushing on because he knows that Anton Poika is a threat behind. Groot 2 seconds behind them now, but he's 5.5 seconds ahead of Shiren. And like I said, Shiren just doesn't have the tyres. Katula has got himself a nice little 3-second gap from Guesty, whose tyres are woeful. Jim's smelling blood, but it's just too late in the game now for Jim. This probably is going to be Jim's final lap. He might cross the line to get another lap in. I'm not sure. Yeah, he is. I'm going to stick my neck out and say he is. I think they all are, aren't they? Yeah, they all get across the line. So Haase, for the final time, takes Eau Rouge in this first race in the lead. Fred Dude, he's pulled out a little bit on Anton Poika. And it's been an absolutely glorious race here, watching these guys. Oh, and you should have been a bit closer. We've got all of you going through a rouge like that. There you go. What an absolute cracking 40 minutes of racing that has been. It's not over yet, I know. But Haase looks like that early pit stop, the undercuts really paid off for him. I was nervous about his tyre wear come the end of the race, but he seems to have kept that totally in check. Kept the car perfectly under control, and he's brought the Honda home for another victory. I don't know how many he's at. Let me see. Where is he in the championship? 4th. 2 victories, I believe he's had this season. So this one will be his 3rd victory. And a well fought one, it has to be said, against a Fred Dude who's pulled away from Anton Poiker now. In fact, Anton Poiker might be coasting, lift and coast a little bit with that fuel. And he's got Groot bearing down on him. Shiren, 6 seconds adrift from those guys. He's in a similar position with the fuel. Katula, his fuel seems to be okay. Guesty, his tyres are dire, but he's still 6 seconds ahead of Jim. And the Homesick Alien in 9th. Oh no, Haas has won. Sorry, he's crossed the line. He's taken the win. Wonderful stuff. Fred Dude in 2nd. Anton Poiker, take a boo, my son, in 3rd. Groot comes home best of the rest in 4th. Shiren, he did a great, really. Pulled himself up there with that undercut in 5th. Katula again, he's another one that turned his race around. He was sitting quite far back at the beginning of the race, and he's come home in 6th spot. Great points for the Spaniard. And there is Guesty. Oh, poor Guesty. He's had adventures in this race for 7th. And Jim, cracking race, comes home in 8th place. Great points. Homesick Alien, one he'd rather forget, I imagine, comes home in 9th with barely any fuel. Ensign Newitt got ahead of Bandit. Oh my word, what happened? Oh, Bandit is, it looks like he's paused on the last lap. What a shame. And Ensign Newitt looks to get that 10th spot as Bandit, for some reason, has disappeared. He's ghosted. And here he comes, Ensign Newitt, through the bus stop chicane, up towards the line to grab herself a 10th spot finish. And I don't even know if Bandit is going to get to the line. He might do. Who knows? So in the chat, Mama Homesick saying, evening thingy, greetings from Copenhagen. Come on, Homesick. And Midorga saying, let's go AXR team. And there you go, Bandit grabs himself 11th spot. And that was a fantastic 40 minutes of absolute adrenaline pumped action. There you go. There is our man Haase for his 3rd win of this season. And job done well. Good lad. Good job. I'll take you to the race results. And there you go. Haase sitting on the top spot there, spraying his champagne all over you. Fred Dude in 2nd. Great drive from Fred Dude from the pack of the pack. And Fred Dude won to watch. The grid will turn around for race 2, and they'll be using the softs and the hard tyres. Anton Poiker, great drive in the end to get 3rd place. And this championship's just blown wide open. Groot in 4th with Shiren in 5th. Katula comes home in 6th. Guesty in 7th. Jim gets 8th. Homesick Alien in 9th. Ensign Newitt in 10th. And Bandit comes home in 11th spot. Fred Dude got the fastest lap with a 2:04.534. And this, it has to be said, is unbelievably fast championship. It's high octane stuff. So Ensign Newitt saying congrats Haase, and Ensign Newitt saying I got a tap into the chicane on lap 11. Game reset me back to track, lost back in pulling away. game over from there. Oh, that's unfortunate, but you will be starting... No, not even starting on pole. You'll be starting on second. It's all about the undercut. Race 2 is at 9 o'clock, so we'll try and find someone on the track, see if anyone's going around. Haza, for your entertainment purposes, is going around. So I will leave you in the good company of Haza with some fancy shots. And I'll see you before 10 minutes runs out. See you soon, guys. Good luck. Let's get down to business. I don't got no time to play around. What is this? Must be a circus in town. Just shut the show down. Oh, these clowns, can I get a witness? Hell yeah. Let's get down to business of race 2 of round 6 of the Super GT. Here we are then. This has been hard. I needed to hose down after that first race. My word, that was dripping with a racing goodness. It really was. If there was perfect ingredients for a race, that, ladies and gents, was it. My good golly gosh. That was fantastic. It has to be said. Classic racing. I was just checking the chat, but there's nothing in the chat. No, everything's all cool. We're just waiting for 2 minutes. I came back too soon. I got all excited. I could go and get a drink quick. Come on. I've got a drink, but I could get a backup drink, if you know what I mean. Okay then, okay, now we're all set, now we're ready, now we're comfortable. Ooh. Oh, Anton Poika. Oh, he must have had a bit of a moment. They did say something about, can you wait a little bit? My game crashed, and I suppose that is 8:53, so yeah. There you go. Ooh, I even almost saw what their team was. GTFR, was it? I tell you what, I don't usually like to use this stream as a soundboard to moan, but I've got a resident mozzie in my bedroom, I tell you, because I have been ripped asunder. Whee! Shrendy little bunny up there. Yeah, I've been bitten to death. I don't know, I think it's all the energy drink that flows through. It must be sugary blood. They keep coming back for more. I think I've got a mozzie hooked on sugar and caffeine. I have to spray myself in vinegar or something. I'd have to look at that. Douse myself in vinegar before bed. Try and get them to avoid me. Garlic. Does garlic work? Are they like vampires? Can I put garlic cloves around my neck to keep the mozzies away? Because they're virtually vampires, aren't they? Jesus, wet. They're so itchy. There's one spot where I've got like 4 bites and they're all just along. It's like Braille. You run your finger over it, it might be like the first chapter of War and Peace or something. It's shocking. And I don't want to moan, but the one on my elbow is really itching. I just caught it. And now it wants me to itch it. I don't think about them until I knock them. Or rub them. And then they're like, suddenly it's like, scratch me. You know you. Come on, it feels so good until it hurts. So, Shiren, what can they do? I don't know. Honestly, that first race, it's anyone's game, isn't it? It really is. It was just, there's so many fast people out there. It's hards and soft tyres. Shiren looks like he wants to start on the racing hards. Groot looks to be starting on the racing hards. Jim, he's looking to start on the racing hards. These are all like middle of the field kind of guys. Guesty's on the hards. Arza's going to be right at the back. He's starting on hards. Ensign Newart's going to be second. He's got the softs. Gatula, he's gone for the hards. Homesick Alien looks like he's on the hards. Fred Dude looking like he's leaning towards the hards. Bandit going for the hards. And Anton Poika on the hards. So Ensign Newart could be the only one out there on softs, and he's starting second. So if there was ever a time for an Ensign Newart win, oh look at that, it's glorious so far. 4 in a row, 5. Oh, it's like a a stab in the heart. It really is, especially when it's someone close to you. Ugh. Don't know if I'll ever get over that. Thank you, Ensign. I appreciate that. I needed that one. Yeah, Jim. Okay. Thank you very much. Cthulhu, it's so bizarre. What is it? I just thought he just didn't know about the R and Y thing and he just stuck to Y's and now he's going R. Now I think Cthulhu's in on this. I did not know. I didn't suspect he was sneakily trying to poke fun at me and the way I think a race should start. And there's the good luck. It's going to be a reverse grid. Another 40 minutes. Everyone apart from Ensign, I think, is starting on the hards, or has Ensign changed it now? Bandit's gone to put softs on. It's like a mind game at the beginning, isn't it? So Bandit's going for a run at the beginning. He's going to be on pole, and it looks like he's the only one who's going to start on the softs. Will it pay off for him? My word. This is tantalising stuff we've got ahead of us. Sit tight, not half. I wonder how Skyjacker's getting on. I wonder if he's got to victory lane yet. He won tonight, didn't he, really? Let's face it. No matter what these guys done. Haza won the race, but Skyjacker won in life. So, Bandit. I would have made any other excuse except for spending the evening with my wife. That's it's always going to leave it open for me to just talk about it all evening. I think I've been quite restrained, actually. I haven't mentioned it at all except for till now. So Bandit takes the lead on those softs, and he's got to make action happen. Ensign Newitt in second on the hards. Homesick Alien on hard tyres as well. Well, the rest of the field are all on hard tyres. Guesty in fourth, Cthulhu in fifth, Sharen in sixth. Then it looks a little tighter up here with Groot, Anton Poiker, Fred Dude, Haza, and they've already got past Jim, who's Jim's had a glitch. I don't know if it'll be a restart situation. I'm not sure they'll restart it, Jimbo, because I think they had this before where it's a 40-minute race and they're like, well, you can get into it, get back into it from wherever you are, but he's crawling around. Bandit, meanwhile, 2-second lead. Oh no, we are going to exit. There we go. So, poor Bandit. I don't know if they're allowed to change tyres. Formula 1 people are, aren't they? Under red flag. Formula 1 are allowed to change their tyres. Will these guys quickly nip in? Will Ensign Newitt rethink those hard tyres at the beginning? It's going to be interesting. I don't know what the rules say. I don't think there is a rule about that you have to start on the tyre you've started on in a red flagged race. So, I wonder what happened to Jim then. He said glitch, but I did see him going around, but very slowly. Rolling start put me straight into the barrier. Oh dear. That's not very helpful, is it? You don't want your rolling start to do that. Let's not do a rolling start. Let's just have another standing start. Do another standing start. Do another standing start. Do another standing start. Jim's asking for a grid start as well. Well, it does cut out any of those problems. The thing is, you have to get everyone to okay it. It has to go through the committee, and then the other committee, and then it has to go through another committee, and it does not matter, Sharon says. What about grid start or rolling start? Bandit, not impressed. Off to a great start he was. 2-second lead he had. So they're all re-entering, re-upping, and still all seem to have stayed with the tyres they originally chose. Jim, no mate, sorry, I'm in the middle of the chicane. I'm going to watch Jim in the next start. Just ease your foot on. It is a bit shenanigans, isn't it? Yeah, I think sometimes it does sort of do the 3-2-1, and you'll be in the middle of a corner, and it's like I remember, what's that stupid made up one, Alsace or something like that, where you're coming down hill and then it's like a right and then a left around a bit of a bloody barrier to go down the straight. It's one of the made up ones, and yeah, when you do a rolling start, it drops you right in the most ridiculous places. It really is unfortunate. You just have to be off the accelerator and just dabbing the brakes just to save your car, because they start you in the most mentalist places. Do not floor it. Just feather, Jim. Just give it a little feather. Tickle its ass with a feather is what I say. So again, we're starting. It didn't look like anyone changed their tyre choices from the first race. They do, coming around the chicane. It is unfortunate, really, for these guys. There's Homescalian halfway through. There's Jim. Just give it a little feather, ease her through. There she goes. Now Guesty was a little braver. Oh no, Jim's off again. I don't know if it is a game glitch or something. So Bandit leads the way from Ensign Newer. Doesn't look very fast out there, does it? They have started. And Homesick Alien in third, with Guesty up into fourth, Catula in fifth, Shiren in sixth, Groot seventh, Anton Poiker in eighth, Fred Dude in ninth, Haza in 10th, and there is Jim in 11th. That damage again, same thing happened to him. Must be a weird game glitch on that one, because it did look like he was feathering, like hardly ever used any accelerator. And there you go, Bandit off to a cracking start again in this race. 2.3 seconds, nearly 3 seconds already on Ensign Ewart with Homesick Alien. Now this is one of them. Is it going to be that they do the minimum 5 laps on the hard tyres, because they are so slow next to the soft tyre? Because already Bandit, I'm not putting anything off of Bandit, Bandit's having an absolute corker of a lap, but already nearly 3.5 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. That's how much faster those softs are than the hard tyre. Look at them, costing them time, hand over fist. Guesty 2.7 seconds behind the Alien. Catula 1.5 seconds behind Guesty. Shiren 5/10 behind Catula. He's looking at a racy with Groot in 7th, Fred Dude in 8th, Anton Poiker in 9th, Haza in 10th. It looks like Fred Dude's got himself past Anton Poiker. And Jim in 11th, but it might be good for him down there. Get some good laps in, clean, clear laps, while the other guys ahead of him are racing. Bandit 4.2 seconds over 1 lap. That's how much the softs gain you, and that is amazing stuff from Bandit as he gets the first lap under his belt. In the lead, 4.6 seconds. But Ensign Newer still holding that 1 second ahead of the Alien. And Guesty, I mean, Bandit, he's gaining time. I know he's gaining time now, but he has to put the hards on later, when these guys will all be having the softs on. But I don't know if they'll be doing. I don't know how long the softs will last, but I think there'll be a minimum of 5 laps on the hard tyre, and then in for the soft tyre, and see how long they can make them last, maybe. But they've got to do a minimum of 5 laps on whatever tyre they're on. So if they do come in again for another set of softs, they've got to make sure they give it time to do the 5 laps as Catula and Shiren go side by side. Unbelievable. What's that, through less comms? Cracking stuff from the 2 races there as they head down to Brussels. And Shiren just ahead of Catula, and they've got Groot, who was sniffing around for a position. Behind them, Fred and Anton Poika. Catula's gone a little wide. There he's gone. He's lost the car. And Groot comes through. Fred, Anton Poika. They've all managed to avoid Catula. And Jim as well, just missing the back of him, and Jim up a position ahead of Catula. The curbs are absolute maniacs here. You cannot take too much of the curbs or it'll send you. We saw it do it to Home Scaling in the first race, and now talking about Homesick Alien, there he is, you see, on the curb, and he loses a bit of time to Ensign Hewitt, who's in second place. And Homesick Alien in that third, driving a strong race at the moment. Oh, he's got the second. Sorry, my phone had run out of battery, so I've had to go to the iPad so I can still see the chat for YouTube. I wasn't looking at the screen. So yeah, Homesick Alien gaining that position. Stay in the bus stop. And Ensign Hewitt trying to stick to the back of the Alien. Guesty's there. Guesty should have had an absolute corking race in the first race, but just a few little issues. Then he had to have a drive back to try and just do damage control. Here at the moment, doing well, fourth place, keeping pace with the guys ahead of him. Ensign Hewitt getting a tow off the Alien. He's on the brakes, and Homesick Alien's Nissan stays ahead of the Lexus, but the Lexus staying very close by indeed. And what is the strategy going to be in this race? This is tricky for these guys. Bandit 7.7 seconds ahead. Tyres are looking okay. And Homesick Alien trying to shake off Ensign Hewitt, gains a bit of ground in that corner, and Guesty closing in. So Ensign Hewitt getting it from both ends. And Sharon is in fifth. He's got a wiggle on. He's had a little curb. He knows Groot and Tom Poika. Where's Fred Dude? Fred Dude's dropped down a little bit there. I'm sure Fred Dude was up behind Groot. So Fred Dude losing positions to the two Hondas. Look at him, magnificent. Looks delicious. Great stuff. And Groot trying to bring it to the Russian sensation, who had an amazing race in race one. A great strategy, coming in early. Didn't have the tyres to live with the top four after, but got himself out of the... there was a little melee of about 5 cars he was stuck in the middle of, and he got himself out of that and got ahead. So great driving from Sharon in race one. Groot looks like he's being caught by the Flying Finn. Anton Poika having a look one way, having a look the other way. He's thinking Lesueur, I reckon. And Haase right there as well. These two, though, I imagine working together in these early stages of the race rather than against each other. Try and get past these cars, then we'll fight each other. Although Haase having a half a look up the inside of Anton Poika, and maybe it is all's fair in love and war, because Haase now grabbing a tow as Anton Poika loses the back of Groot, and Haase going through Rouge Radion so fast you blink, you miss it. He's there. Oh, bump draft, nice. There we go. Watch out, Groot. They're bump drafting, my friend. So Groot, and again, I think it's again with the harder compound, the Honda just does not work as well as the Nissan does, and the Lexus seems solid on both compounds. Ensign Hewitt holding ground up ahead of Guesty. Guesty can't make any imprint on the Ensign. Homesick Alien, 9 seconds Bandit now. Look at him roar. Don't forget, he has to put the hard tyres on for at least 5 laps. Guesty chasing down Ensign Hewitt, and Sharon chasing down Guesty. And he's closing in rather fast, is Sharon. Oh, Guesty again on the curbs, risking it all. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to go to a casino with Guesty. He gambles everything, doesn't he? He puts it all on the table. He leaves nothing to the imagination, my word. And Sharon copying suit. This is how much these guys are pushing, trying to use every single bit of the track to gain an advantage on the people behind and ahead. And this is looking lovely up here with Ensign Ewart ahead of Guesty, who's closing in, and Shiren closing in on Guesty, and just behind them they've got Groot, Anton Poika and Haza closing in, as well as Shiren tries to edge up the side of Guesty. The shot isn't good. Guesty's still got it. He's going for the inside of Ensign Ewart. And Ensign Ewart, he's closed the door and he says, not today, boys. Oh, but Ensign can't get traction, nor could Guesty. Shiren's up. Guesty's struggling with the traction on the rear of that Lexus. It seems to be a thing with the Lexus. Coming out of corners, she does not want the accelerator used, which is not very helpful. And Shiren wild through a Rouge and Rally on there. Guesty looking, Groot's looking, everyone's having a look. Groot going for a move on Guesty. Guesty trying to stand firm, but Groot's up there, late on the brakes there, and Groot through, up ahead of the Lexus of Guesty, and Shiren finds he's got a new car in his rearview mirror, but he's trying to get past that one that is in front of him, which is Ensign Ewart, who's racing every corner here and keeping Shiren well at bay. Bandit 10 seconds ahead of Homesick. Homesick's gaining ground as well with this battle happening here, this bottleneck happening behind Ensign Ewart. And Guesty, Anton Poika closing in, Haza as well, Fred Dude in 9th. Jim is in 10th ahead of Kurtula, who is in 11th. And Bandit flying, my friend. It's Ensign Ewart, and Shiren's out wide. That gives Groot half a chance around the outside of the corner, but Shiren's gathered her up and stayed exactly where he needs to stay as Groot tries, and Shiren again on the curbs, and his car flits to one side of the track, and he scares me in every... It's erratic, isn't it? And that must get Groot nervous as well. Which way to go? He's trying to go around the outside on Blanchemont as they come up to the bus stop chicane again. Shiren all over the curves, scaring the hell out of me as Groot closes up into the side, and Groot really late on the brakes. Oh, but he's lost the back end, and that gives Shiren the opportunity to come through. Groot's dropping down like a brick. Shiren, they're still in 4th behind Ensign Ewart. Then behind, no, Groot's not lost any positions, but Guesty's right there, and so's Anton Poika. This is bedlam. There's loads of cars all over the place, and all their rear ends keep swinging out. So Ensign Ewart's lost a position for some reason. Oh no, Ensign Ewart's lost a few places there. Shiren up into 3rd. Guesty now up into 4th ahead of Groot. Anton Poika right on Groot's tail. Ensign Ewart there is now in 7th with Haza for company right behind him. Haza's going to look to make a move in Lecombs. And I don't know if Ensigns can do anything about it, to tell you the truth. And it's all going off every corner now. Oh my words. I can't commentate on this. It's too much. Guesty's in 4th. Groot's in 5th. Anton Poika's now in 6th with Haza in 7th. Fred is in 8th, and Ensign Ewart, I imagine he feels rather dizzy right now after what just happened to him. This bulldozer of a pack is stopping for no man, and they are very fast. You've got to either live with the beast or sit behind the beast. And Guesty leading them away with Groot, Anton Poika, Haza and Fred Dude all in a line coming towards Shiren, who's in 3rd place at the moment behind Homesick Alien 3. Be careful of those blooming curbs, Homesick. We saw you come a cropper, two curbs killed you in race 1. Let's not have that happen again. Bandit, 12 seconds. Can these guys close that gap up? Shiren in 3rd. Groot's up through past Guesty. I don't know. Groot was behind Poika, wasn't he? So Groot has absolutely lurched forward. No, he might have been behind Guesty actually. And Groot's managed to find a way behind Guesty. And there's Anton Poika with Haza right there for company. And Haza having a look up the inside of Poika, but Poika closes it down. Guesty, it's the traction in that Lexus. He cannot get anything down. The back end just wants to swing out when he touches the accelerator. And there's Fred Dude in his Nissan. He's right there with him. Ensign Ewart gets to watch from behind, and Fred just up behind Haase now, and this is at the back of the train. Choo-choo. This is crazy. Sitting on board with 8th place, Fred Dude up ahead. We see Haase, Anton Poiker, Guesti, all battling for position as we head up Kemmel Straight towards Lecum. 3 wide they're trying. Fred Dude's trying to get one up the... Oh, Haase's got past Anton Poiker, and now Fred Dude trying to get a move done on Anton Poiker. Trying, I say. Trying. He's got it done. Fred's up to 7th now. Anton Poiker down into 8th. Ensign Hewitt still in this fight. He's still there. Jim, 5.8 seconds behind those guys, but he did have a trip at the beginning of the race, as did Cthulhu. Bandit still leading, 12.2 seconds. 207.5. His tyres are still together. And the theory about the hard drivers waiting until lap 5 and getting off the hards was absolutely a cob's wallet, because none of them bothered. They've all stayed with the tyres. We're on lap 7 now. Home Alien 2 seconds ahead of Shiren. Shiren slowly pulling in the Alien. Shiren, we have seen some raw pace out of the Russian sensation this evening, and he's just going to prove it now by trying to go and take on the Alien. Groot's up to 4th with Haase in 5th. Guesti clinging on there with that tail-happy Lexus ahead of Fred Dude, who's got Anton Poiker behind him. And this race, we're 25 minutes remaining, and it's unbelievable. It's like a puzzle on what's going to happen. But Guesti's tyres, well, it's not his tyres, it's just trying to get the accelerator down. Look, he just can't do it. As soon as he puts his foot down, the back end of that Lexus swings out, and it looked like Ensign Hewitt was having a similar problem in his Lexus. So the bus stop chicane for these Lexuses is deadly. Someone's gone in. Cthulhu has gone in. He's gone in to get the undercut done. 7 laps, 24 minutes. Bandit's tyres, they're not destroyed. I think Cthulhu can carry those tyres to the end. If he puts racing softs on, Bandit's done 15 minutes on them, and they're about a quarter worn. So Cthulhu, that might be a wise move for Cthulhu there. Homesick Alien staying out. I'd imagine he's got to do whatever those around him are doing. And Shiren, Groot, Haase, they're all staying out there on these tyres. Fred Dude is ahead of Guesti, but Guesti fighting with that Lexus against the Honda and the Nissan. And the Lexus just won't do what he asks it to do, coming out the corners. Very good going in, getting a little slide there from Guesti, and Guesti might fancy going in for the undercut. He can live with a set of really dirty old tyres. So Guesti possibly going through his head, come in early. It's only 3 minutes early, not even that by the time they get to the pit. I think a lot of them probably will pit, actually. I'm saying that. Someone's already pulled that trigger, haven't they, which was Cthulhu. He's onto the racing softs now. He's 39 minutes behind Jim. And Jim is catching Ensign Hewitt. Ensign Hewitt's race taking a nosedive. He was doing 209s, but he's struggling now on those racing hards. And Jim is closing in fast. And Ensign Hewitt, first few laps so strong. It's like the Ferraris from Spa. Their first 3 laps were fine, and then they just fell off a cliff. And we see Jim in the same machinery, in the Lexus, closing in on Ensign Hewitt. Bandit still leads from Homesick Alien with Shiren in 3rd as Jim goes for a late break up the inside of Ensign Hewitt. And it's like taking candy from a baby for Jim. Oh no, again, the curse of the Lexus coming out of the chicane. And Ensign Hewitt now getting a bit of a run on Jim. He's going to go up the inside of Lasorno. He's thinking about it. He's following him very closely. And maybe we're going to get a side-by-side action into Eau Rouge. It's a brave man that tries that. And the two Lexis going up against each other at lap 9. We didn't see anyone going to the pits, so they are going further into this race. I thought Guesti might chance it, but no, they all want to go deep into this race before they make that pit stop. And Ensign Hewitt can't quite, he's on the toe, but I just don't think he can get that move done. And And Jim seems to have that one as Ensign Hewitt sliding around. He's just winging that car through the corners, is Ensign Hewitt, and Jim up into 9th place. And Jim looking very tidy there with his racing. Bandit, 12.5 seconds. His time's plateaued. He's doing a 2:09.4 now. And Shiren's up ahead of the Alien. I do apologise. Shiren doing those 2:07s consistently. Homesick Alien only managing 2:08s, popping into the 2:09s. And Groot, he's in the 2:07s as well. So Homesick Alien only 2 seconds ahead of Groot. Haza pushing hard. He's just done a 2:07.6. And Fred Dude also in the 7s. And Tom Poyker a 2:09. Is he looking after something out there? Managing his car. Guesty a 2:11, but he can't get the rear end of that Lexus under control. Jim recently passed Ensign Hewitt, pulling away from him. Catula's out there on the racing softs, pushing hard, I imagine, and seeing what he can gain. Ooh, something went weird then. But Homesick Alien and Haza both into the pits, and Anton Poyker all coming in, getting that undercut on Shiren, Groot and Fred, who have all opted to stay out there. Ensign Hewitt also staying out on the hard tyres, and the Guesty, Homesick, Haza, Jim and Anton Poyker all coming in for that soft tyre. That means they're going to be out there going very fast for a lap more than Shiren, Groot, Fred Dude and Ensign Hewitt. Bandit, I imagine he's going to keep this early. He's got to start pitting soon because the hard tyres producing faster lap times than those racing softs. So, but Bandit, great lead, hasn't he? He's done an amazing job. No mistakes, done a super job. But he's going to be on those hard tyres for the rest of the race, and that is going to be very difficult. Shiren opting not to pit like Groot, Fred Dude and Ensign. Homesick Alien back out on the softs, and this is where the positions are made. This is where Homesick Alien can imprint on Shiren. He's racing Shiren and Groot, remember. These guys have stayed out on the hard tyres. That means they're going to be going slower than Homesick Alien is on his outlap. He has got to nail an outlap of outlaps to try and gain the best he can on Shiren, Groot and Ensign Hewitt. We are sure when all pit, Bandit should still be in the lead, and he's just going to have to cling on with those hard tyres, with these guys coming at him full force of soft tyres. Groot just 2 seconds behind Shiren. Shiren did a 2:09.0 that last lap around, with Groot doing a 2:07.9, a second faster than Shiren. Shiren might be in trouble. Fred Dude a 2:07.7 as well. Ensign Hewitt staying out on those hard tyres. He's going late, baby. Maybe hoping that the suit softs go off. Shiren and Groot both make the pit. So does Fred. They do not want the undercut to get them. They do not want to be bitten by Homesick Alien, Haza and Anton Poyker all in early for the soft tyre. Bandit stays out. He's happy with a 2:09.3. Groot, Fred, Shiren not even at their box yet. Someone else has pitted as well. Ensign Hewitt. Ensign Hewitt's brought it in now as well. They've had enough of those hard tyres. Homesick Alien just going through the chicane. And Shiren, is him who he's racing. Shiren still sitting still. Looks like he's getting fuel. And Homesick Alien coming up to Lesaur. Is he going to beat Shiren out? Shiren should be getting released any second now. And there he is, Shiren's third. Shiren's out on the pits. He's fighting Haza. Haza's coming through. Haza didn't quite get the undercut, did he? He's got it through now. And Shiren is down into 4th place. And Homesick Alien back into 2nd. And it wasn't quite there for Shiren. And now Shiren's got a very fast Honda to deal with. But Shiren looks like he's doing it straight early doors. No messing around. Wow, just horsepower down the straight alone got that Nissan through and past the Honda there. But oh, I thought the Honda was coming back then for a second on Shiren. Shiren, he declared his dominance then, didn't he? He was not messing around. He wanted that 3rd place from Haza, and he wasn't taking no for an answer. Homesick Alien though, 3 seconds. He's gained from that undercut on Shiren. Haza as well, gaining on Groot, and Anton Poika gaining on Fred Dude. All of the late stoppers missing out somewhat. Guesty, look, Katula, first one into pit. He's up to 9th. He's jumped Jim and Ensign Ewart, and he's right on the tail of Guesty. Bandit finally comes in for his hard tyres. He's 42 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien, and this is a nail-biter of a finish. My word, Shiren, we know, is faster than the Alien in the Nissan. Haza is staying with him. Groot also very fast in that Nissan. Anton Poika, Fred Dude, is unbelievably fast. Haza won the first race. Bandit has led for 24 minutes of this race. Can he get out the pits before the Alien gets there? The Alien putting in some good laps, and Shiren having to defend from Haza again. Bandit fueling up, and it looks like the Alien might take the lead from Bandit here, and Bandit on those hard tyres. It's going to be very tough for him as he comes out of the pits. Where's he going to feed out? He's still in the lead, but only by 2.7 seconds. The Alien on Racing Softs, 3 seconds, sorry, and Bandit, he's just going to have to cling on for dear life. 15 minutes on those racing hard tyres with some extremely fast people not too far behind him. Luckily for him, Haza and Shiren are going deep at it. They are very much having themselves, and Haza trying to make himself some space up the inside of the Shiren. Shiren trying to close the door, but Haza's there. You can't close the door when the car's already there, and Shiren just trying to cling on, but Haza gets the upper hand, and Shiren around the outside, and they are battling. It's delicious stuff. Shiren still not giving up on the place, and oh my god, now Fred Dude's nipped in there, and Shiren losing out, but Haza up into 3rd, Groot in 4th, and Shiren down into 5th, and that was no fault of Shiren. It was just some tough racing, and Haza now under it, the Kosh from Groot, with Shiren taking a breather. He'll come back, don't you worry. Fred Dude, a second behind Shiren in 6th place, with Anton Poika chasing him down in 7th. Anton Poika just managing to get the fastest lap in this race with a 2:05.302. Guesty in 8th, doing a lot better on those soft tyres. He's pulled away from Katula, whose tyres have seen better days. Jim on those racing soft, he's only 5.4 seconds behind Cthulhu, and he could catch Cthulhu, because Cthulhu's tyres are going to be very old come the end of the race, and Ensign Ewart on his fresh softs also. But Homesick Alien caught the Bandit up. He's now in the lead of this race with just under 14 minutes left to go. The championship leader, he's crossed the line in the lead. Poor old Bandit led this race for the first 25 minutes, but those hard tyres were always going to be a struggle come the end of the race. It's just clinging on and seeing how high you can finish. Haza is next up on his softs, and he's dropped Groot. Shiren and Fred Dude, Anton Poika all coming against each other, and Shiren looking very wild coming through Radion, and Fred Dude fancies the place. It's all Nissan v Nissan. Shiren tapping the door, Fred popping in for a tow, going for around the outside, and Anton Poika fancies a piece of the action as well. Anton Poika having a look up the inside of Fred, and Groot there in 4th, doing a super job chasing down race winner from race 1, and Groot got the measure of him now. It looked like those Hondas looked a bit better than the Nissans in that first race on the super softs, but the softs are not paying dividends for these Hondas at the moment. And Groot's gone for the move on Haza. He's up and he's into 3rd place, and he's only less than a second behind Bandit, who's on those hard tyres. And Homesick Alien's only 2.8 seconds up the road. And look at all these cars coming. Poor old Bandit. I hope he wore the brown overalls today, because that's a whole lot of fast cars coming your way on racing soft tyres. They hunt like a pack. They're wolves. And Groot going for the move up the inside of Bandit, and he is now up into 2nd place. Shiren next up. He came up. Where did Shiren come from? Shiren coming back into this race. We've lost someone there. I'm sure we have. No, Fred Dude, Haza and Anton Poika. So there comes Sharon, and a little handsy with poor old Bandit there. Bandit just trying to do his race as they all flood by, and Anton Haza's coming for a move on Sharon, and these guys are getting very heated out there. It's a hot evening here at Spa, and these guys are racing for every single inch. And it is proper touring car style racing in these Group 2 cars. They're usually not as agile to be able to bang, but these guys are banging them. Anton Poika in 6th, Bandit slipping to 7th. He's got Guesty chasing him down on those soft tyres in 8th. Catula in 9th with Jim. He's not gained too much on Catula. Catula did a good lap last time, a 206.9. Jim, a 207.2. Hasn't unlocked the full potential of that Lexus, but the Lexus, I've got to say, has looked very difficult coming out of the corners at this round. It looks like it just wants to step out and kill you. So Homesick Alien's leading this race ahead of Groot. We got a big one. It's Haza. Oh my word, what's happened, Haza? Did I get it? Here we go then. Haza is just behind Fred Dude and Sharon. Everything so far okay. It's just the curbs, was it? Oh yeah, it's just something in nothing, costing him a position or two there. Bandit back up, and Guesty right on his tail as well. My gosh, this action-packed race. So Haza's down to 7th, behind Bandit and ahead of Guesty. Guesty all up for this, and wow. Homesick Alien still leads, but he's lost a second on Groot. Groot doing a 206.4 his last time around. Homesick Alien a 206.7. It's this lap he's lost it on. Sharon rising again up into 3rd place, and Fred Dude there in 4th. The Honda of Anton Poika in 5th. And we've got just under 10 minutes of racing. Bandit there in 6th, but Haza wants that position back. He has to get it, and there he goes. He's through and up. Oh, he's back on the curbs again, and oh, what's he doing? Going into the pits? No, he's just going for the long way round, and he's lost the position to Guesty. Guesty's got himself up ahead of Bandit though, and that just was unfortunate timing for Haza, who's racing hard. Oh dear. They come across each other, Bandit and Haza, and costing Haza even more time as Bandit tries to live with those racing hard tyres. Homesick Alien only a second now in the lead of this race against Groot, who is absolutely chugging those lap times in. He is wanting this win. Groot already with a couple of wins under his belt this season. Fred Dude, his first round here at the VRC. Well, it's not his first round, but in since streaming and stuff. Oh, it's Fred's return. Okay, Fred's return to the VRC. A solid race, 4th in the first race. Oh, he's managed to get 3rd off Sharon. I do apologise. Sharon doing a 205.6 his last time around. Fred doing 205.5. Very tight between these two Nissan drivers. Anton Poika in the Honda up there in 5th with Guesty in 6th. Haza in 7th, trying to fight back for it. Just under 8 minutes of racing. Bandit is in 8th place, 3.3 seconds ahead of Catula, but we think Catula's tyres just might not make the cut here. Jim chasing him down, doing very solid times, 207s, irregular for the Jim, and that is the way to get Catula. He's down into the 208s now. And Jim just has to keep driving like that, and he might catch Bandit up as well before the end of the race. Homesick Alien then under threat from Groot. Groot done the impossible, caught Homesick Alien up, and he's gone for the lead on Homesick Alien. He's up and he's through. And there you go, AXR Groot in the lead, Homesick Alien in 2nd, Fred Dude in 3rd. It is an absolute Nissan whitewash out there at the moment. There was a Honda winner in the first race, but they're not getting a look in. Anton Poika up to 4th, Sharon dropping even more. Did a 212, must have made a mistake on that lap. On lap 15, again the back end wiggling around for him, and that's helping Guesty out, close the gap, 1.3 seconds. Haas still in this race as well, don't forget. Just behind Guesty in 7th. Bandit clinging on. And Cthulhu trying to close in, but Cthulhu, he did a 207.9 again that last lap, but he's not doing those 206s like he was earlier in his stint. And the Bandit is losing hand time to Cthulhu, and Jim is catching up Cthulhu. So cracking racing out there from everyone involved. Ensign Newitt is in 11th on those softs, but he cannot live with the time of Jim, but he is faster than Cthulhu, but Cthulhu might be a little too far away for him to reach. Meanwhile, Groot is ahead of the Alien struggling at this point in the race because Fred Dude is closing in as well now, and the two AXR drivers finding great pace in the Nissans at this point in the race, and Homesick Alien just trying to make his Nissan as wide as possible, put it in the middle of the road, and Fred Dude might have found a chink in the armour. He's found an opening, he's trying to exploit it, he's going through, and now Fred Dude is in 2nd spot. Is he though? Because Homesick Alien staying with him all the way along Blanchimont, heading up to the chicane, but Fred Dude's got the inside line. Homesick Alien tucks in behind to get onto the brakes for the bus stop chicane, and now Fred Dude is into 2nd, and he's 2 seconds behind Groot. Groot's tyres a little more worn than Fred Dude. Homesick Alien, his tyres are getting quite torn at the front there. Anton Poiker, his tyres are in a better shape. Maybe he's just sitting and waiting for the Nissans to come back to him. Sharon, he seems to be doing okay on his tyres, sitting in 5th. Guesty is in 6th. They've both got past Bandit, and now Cthulhu is closing in, but Cthulhu's tyres absolutely torn to sunder. How he's getting those 208s out of it, I do not know. Jim again with a good 207.9, chasing down Cthulhu, and now Cthulhu's caught Bandit up, and he's going to struggle with no grip to get past him because he needs the grip in the corners. As you can see, fighting the car is Cthulhu through Eau Rouge. He's getting a toe on Bandit now on the Lexus. He's going to try and get a move up the inside. He's a brave man. He gets later on the brakes, but he slides around, you see, because he's got no tyres. And Bandit coming back at Cthulhu, because Cthulhu, well, he's got through, he's made it stick, but his tyres aren't going to get any better in the next 4 minutes. And Bandit now dropping down into 9th as Jim tries to close in, and that would have slowed Cthulhu down somewhat to help Jim close the gap. And Ensign Newitt, it doesn't look like there's anything he can do at the moment on the guys ahead of him. Groot then leads 1.8 seconds on Fred Dude. Homesick Alien only 2 seconds ahead of Anton Poiker. Anton Poiker a 207.4 last time around from him. Homesick Alien a 207.9. Has Homesick Alien cooked those racing soft tyres? He did come in earlier than the two Nissans that have passed him, and that might be a big answer to that one, but it did get him ahead of Sharon, who now is struggling further down. Anton Poiker's tyres are pretty rough though as well. He was one of those earlier stoppers. Sharon might be able to close back up to Anton Poiker in this race. 3 minutes left to go. They're crossing the line, so they're going to have 2 more laps. What's going on behind? Guesty and Haza are having a good old battle. Guesty's tyres pretty torn up at the front. If he didn't need any more stress with that Lexus, he defends the inside of Lesueur, and Haza just getting ready to make the jump up to 6th place. Now Haza goes for the move on Guesty. Guesty sticking to the inside, hoping to get on those brakes late enough to keep Haza on the outside, and it does. Beautiful from Guesty, beautiful driving from Guesty on a really old set of tyres there, and Haza cannot do anything about that. Groot still 1.4 seconds ahead of Fred Dude. And Homesick Alien is struggling. You can see he's lost 3.5 seconds. These guys, Anton Poika also pitting earlier like Homesick Alien. They got the undercut done. Shiren, he's not. He was down to 2 seconds for Anton Poika, but he's dropped a bit of time to him. And Anton Poika's tyres starting to get to the end of their cycle. And Shiren, he's still got some meat left on that rubber. Guesty in a lovely little battle with Haase. Haase throwing everything he's got at the Lexus, and Guesty standing strong for 6th place, at the moment. Behind him, Catula with his ever-dying tyres. They are going and nearly gone. Bandit on the hard, staying with him, thinking he's going to spin off in a minute. Jim ever closer, 3 seconds now. There's 50 seconds left on the clock as all of the leaders cross the line. Yeah, all the leaders cross the line, start their final lap. And I think Groot's got enough fuel. That's enough fuel to get to the end of this lap, innit? But Fred Dude has closed right up on Groot, and it's all down to the AXR boys. How they're going to play this one, hold station or fight it out. Homesick Alien, his podium is under threat from Anton Poika. Anton Poika wanting the points on the Alien, the championship leader. His race 1 wasn't so hot, but his race 2 has been flaming. But Anton Poika is just going to ruin his podium chances. But Homesick Alien's got that inside line. Fred Dude's in the lead. I apologise. Fred Dude getting the lead off of Groot. There we go, in the tow. Into Lecombs. And Fred Dude making it look rather easy. Beautiful. Oh, that's lovely. Delicious. And that's Fred Dude taking the lead away from Groot. The Nissan's very strong in this race. The last lap counter has started. Homesick Alien still holding on to that podium. I thought he'd lost it against Anton Poika, but no, he's back. Bigger, stronger. But Anton Poika going for another attack on Homesick Alien. And this race is far from done. Anton Poika having to straighten up the Honda as it swings wildly. And guess who's coming? Shiren's on Anton Poika. Anton Poika was floating around. His tyres really struggling on the back there. And Shiren's tyres are absolutely solid come the end of the race. And he wants the Alien as well on the last lap. Can he do it as they come along Blanchimont? And this is a crazy ending. Fred Dude, there's yellow flags. I don't know who the yellows are. It's not for Fred or Groot. That's the main thing. I can't see anyone else disappearing. And Fred Dude pulling over for Groot. Team player, because Groot's got more points in the championship. And Groot and Fred, a lovely finish there. Homesick Alien, take a boo, my son. You got that podium. Shiren in 4th, getting it off of Anton Poika on that final lap. Guesty and Haase still battling, but Haase's been placed back on track. Guesty can't keep the Lexus in a straight line, and he comes home in 6th with Haase crawling home for 7th. What a race these guys have had. Catula in 8th, Bandit in 9th, stays ahead of Jim in the end, 10th, and Ensign Ewer in 11th. And I do not know what that yellow flag was for, but Groot took the win. But Fred, let him have it. Super racing from everyone involved, I've got to say. Cracking stuff, guys. That is the stuff that heroes are made from. So there we go. These are your results. AXR Groot in his Nissan takes another win. Awesome stuff. Fred Dude in 2nd. It was a strong race from the AXR boys. Homesick Alien, a great drive with that early pit stop undercut. But in the end, the tyres were struggling. And that's how Groot and Fred Dude got back. With Homesick Alien coming home, the final podium sitter. Take a boo, my son. Shiren there on a strong move on Anton Poika. Anton Poika could not get traction down to the road. His Honda was sliding, crabbing, you might say. And Shiren, just that last minute leap down the inside. And it surprised us all. Great drive from everyone involved. Anton Poika in 5th, Guesty in 6th, Haase and Guesty having an absolute blinder near the end there. Haase in 7th, Catula in 8th with that early pit stop. The tyres just went away from him. at the end there, but he managed to get 8th ahead of Bandit in 9th, who led for majority of the race, remember? And it was only those hard tyres that cost him in the end. And but Bandit, a solid race for 9th. Jim in 10th, and Ensign Ewart got 11th. Fred Dude got the fastest lap again with a 2:04.4. I say again, I don't know if he did get it in the first race now. But Fred Dude got the fastest lap with a 2:04.451. Wowzers. That was something else, wasn't it? Beautiful racing by everyone. Don't forget to hit like, and if you've not already subscribed, then subscribe to our channel, because we have plenty of races like that all through the week. At the moment, we're doing four rounds of racing. Thursday's a test. It'll be interesting to see how Thursday goes. We're gonna dip our toe back into that GT7 water to see how laggy it is. So Thursday night we're gonna have a test run at GT7. We'll stream that and see how if it's got any better, because everyone keeps saying it's got better. Although I keep hearing people moan about tyres now, so has it got better? We'll find out on Thursday. Friday, we've got the Max 5s. They are humdingers of racers. And then on Sunday, we've got the Sunday Sprint Madness. And we still haven't come up with a slogan for that one. We're working on it. Right then, in the chat, Ensign Ewart saying, congrats, Groot. Bandit says, gave my best shot, had 0 grip on hards. 24-minute leads, new achievement. Well done, Bandit. It was an awesome drive. Ensign Ewart saying, a painful evening, outclassed by everyone. Cheers, guys. Cheers, Thingy. Great comms. Bless you. Thank you very much. Give us a like. And, so that was our Tuesday Super GT Season 3, Round 6. All right, hang on. I've got to close now YouTube to open Discord to tell you where the next round is. Oh, poor old Jim was not happy about his start. It looked like it was the Lexus, man. It looked like the Lexus could not get the accelerator down. It didn't look like out of the corners those Lexuses were playing ball. So I'm in Super GT. Why can't I find Super GT? Ah, there we go. So the next race, next Tuesday, join us for round 7. Oh, it's Nürburgring GP. It's not going to be boring with these cars, is it? It's going to be good fun. Thursday, not sure where we're racing. It's a surprise. Friday, I think we're at Big Willie. And then on Sunday, I think we could be at Big Willie again. Yeah, I think we're at Big Willie again on Sunday. So, excuse me, let me check the maxes. Has he closed the room? Not yet. Good on you, Homesick. Stay with me. I'm nearly there. Just one more. Everyone's leaving. Max 5s. We are... I think I got it right. Big Willie. Yeah. So, Friday and Sunday, both races taking place at Big Willow. Thursday night, I'm not sure where we're racing. It'll be a surprise when we turn up. And this probably has been mentioned, but I don't know. And... next Tuesday, we will be racing at Nürburgring. Check us out at www.virtualracersclub.co.uk for all your up-to-date tables and news in the VRC. There's also be a link there to get to our Discord and join our community here at Discord. You can talk to us. We're nice people. We're good people. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Pat McGroin. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. Peace and love. Peace. Hang on, I'll check YouTube just to make sure there's no last minute chats. There won't be, but not now. It's asking me to rate it. Oh, no, there was a little bit. Painful evening for Ensign. Ensign, you were saying, I always do. Ensign leaves a like. That is. Oh, he leaves a like. Thank you, Ensign. Okay. Peace and love. Peace and love.